Hello everyone, Astocky here, and I'm picking up from where I left off in the very last video. I'm about to launch this monstrosity. I'm hoping that it will work. If it does not, I might have to adjust these a little bit, but for now I'm feeling kind of good about it, so let's see if we can successfully launch. This could shatter once we put it on the pad, but we'll see how it goes. It definitely has some springiness to it. Three, two, one. Jebediah, don't sue. Wow, that's on the slow side. Now, I have to admit that's a pretty big stack, and it does take a lot of thrust to try and get a stack like that off the ground. Definitely picking up a lot more control over it now. Still not great, but it's better. But I mean, we're up to 2 kilometers already. I'm definitely gonna have a lot more control over this thing once I get it up a bit higher and kick off all this excess weight at the bottom. That did not work. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to revert to the VAB and work out why I popped the wrong thing. Okay, we're going to try this again. Actually, you know what? I've realized now that that was just a bit too little in the thrust department. So what I'm going to do is just give myself hopefully something that will not be life-ending. That's what I'm aiming for, not life-ending. Just aiming for some extra thrust. This is going to be life-ending, I can just tell it. So there's the abort button. Because of all the faith we have in the system, we're going to hover over the abort button, computer controls on, launch. See, Jebediah? Saved. Let's revert back to the VAB. Let's take those off. 1C. 1C and 1B might look the same, you say. That is correct. I mean, sorry, 1A. So we're going to try again. I don't know why that didn't work. For whatever reason, it didn't work, but things are now working. So, okay, that went badly. Yep, badly. Abort, 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 abort. Do not speed up time. No time speeding up. I had actually read that there's a mod that allows you to basically set time to be like a half time or a quarter time, which allows KSP to make a lot more calculations and therefore things become more stable. I think that'd be a very cool mod to have right now. I probably just need more engines. Although, you know, all things being equal and fair, this is actually working. It's working as I had hoped. Because through the use of this heavy boost section at the bottom here, I get the rest of my spacecraft up to quite a good altitude, with quite a kick, you know. A lot of fuel gets used in that first little bit, and by having this section get the next section to that bit, you know, I have a huge advantage. Ideally, if I can save this whole center section in here for when we're in orbit, that would be perfect. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be the ideal state. Once we get to 100 meters per second, I'm just going to back the throttle down a bit to take a little bit of the stress off the plane, or the rocket. So we've still got positive thrust, up to about 6 Ks. Staging at about 7.5 Ks. Definitely got much greater control now than we did previously. Roll control still is not great, but definitely better. Get that to hold in place just there. And now we're nailing this. Feeling really good about the height we're getting. Yeah, feeling really good about this height we're getting. We're getting lots of speed. Heaps of fuel left too, which is awesome. Look at that, pushing that up really high. I'm just going to keep pushing that up and see how high I can get that. Wow. My aim was to try and get that up to about 100, and I think I'm going to succeed. Turn off computer controls for now. There's really just a little, you know, a sniffle of fuel left in those tanks. We're up in space now and Jebediah is happy. So roll ourselves till we're facing correctly. Yeah, I messed that up. Kick those puppies off. Just gonna bring ourselves slightly back up above the horizon now to make sure that we actually get into orbit and don't die. Don't die, come on, don't die. This is not an efficient burn. Okay, 76 by 163. It is one horribly elliptical orbit, but we still have the better part of our fuel left. Oh, that's the moon, so we're a little bit late on the moon arising, but if we can hold that, there we go. Going to be 60 kilometers from the moon's surface. And how much fuel have we got left? I'm thinking we're going to have enough fuel for a deorbit break. So this could actually work here. Coming out quickly. It's going to put me into a weird ass crazy orbit, I'm just sure of it. Okay, now I believe it's F5 is quick save. Awesome. Been such a long time since I've quick saved anything. So we have a number of seconds to bring ourselves around. There we are, spot on. 30 seconds to go. Gonna start burning, just a gentle burn. Liking the look of that. How much fuel have I got left? Surprisingly enough, heaps. F5. I don't want to totally jinx myself, because I have never ever successfully landed a vanilla KSP ship on the moon. Never. Not once. So I'm not sure how well this is going to go. This looks like a good a spot as any to kind of kick this in a little bit. Just bleeding off a bunch of the speed. Okay. Let's extend the gear. Extending the gear, I'm confident this is going fairly well. Just keep hunting this up. Okay, you might say, ah, ha 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 ha, you just popped yourself up a little bit. Well, yes, I did, but the advantage to that is once you do that, you know that gravity is going to pull you straight down, so it helps to lose some of your horizontal velocity. Not an ideal way to do this whole kind of thing, but in my experience, and that's very little, all I've done is watch other people fail. And I don't want to be one of the failures. Let's bleed off even more speed now. Going to aim to try and stay around about 3 meters per second. That was a really steep hill. She's holding together. Let's just bring the gears back in for now. Look, that was a good landing on a really bad surface. Had I have realized just how steep that was, I would not have done that. Well, that helps when you turn SAS off. Okay, so now I want to roll the other way. Now let's try EVA. Hatch is obstructed, okay. Crew report. Let's transmit that back. We have heaps of energy. Okay, so 20 science has been added automatically. That is awesome. EVA. Okay. Now you are going to do an EVA report. The dust is getting everywhere. We are going to hang on to that. We're going to plant a flag, because this is the first time I have landed, and it may very well be the last. What symbol is that? Site name. There we go. And that's so true. Anything you can walk away from counts as a landing. Are you ready, Jeb? Let's take a surface sample. We'll hang on to that. Let's keep that. And we are now going to get back on. Now what we need to do is we need to work out how to spin this thing around a little bit. Hoping that putting the gear that way is going to help. Nope. Oh no! Well, at the very least we can transmit that back. And unfortunately for me, I'm going to have to transmit this back, because I see no other way that this can be salvaged. So time to go back to the Space Center. Go to the Tracking Center. I think we are going to need to terminate those 2 flights, which is unfortunate. I know that the ship works. I know the ship had lots of fuel left. I'm confident now, with the extra science that Jebediah has received, that we can do some good things. So the question is, do I now take the accelerated science route by going for the mobile processing lab? Do I go for the solar panels that give me lots of energy? Or do I go for aerodynamics, which will allow me to explore all of Kerbin? I think we already knew the answer to that. Yeah, so this is, which is the next stage, is going to give me additional extra space planey type things. Been going for about 26 minutes. What I'm going to do before I do anything else is quickly create myself. And again, it's going to be a very similar spacecraft to the last one in terms of how it flies, because we are still going to be without the usefulness. So we still have no landing gear. So we're still going to want to put 2 of those on. 2 cheek-mounted parachutes. And what went underneath last time? A communicatron. Just in case. Actually looks kind of like a landing skid. It's not. Now though, we should have the things we need. So you carry liquid fuel and oxidizer. You carry just plain jet fuel. I think that's going to be way more jet fuel than I'm going to need. Wings, what do we got? Oh, excuse me, we're so sorry about that. Let's have our center of lift and center of mass markers marked on here. So now we are going to need tail fins. So I'll throw those on. These babies are big. Let's go for some vertical stability there. Then we're just going to need to grab these ones. I want to have it slightly in front so the nose always just tends to pitch up just a tiny little bit, because that's generally a bit more controllable than randomly pitching down. And so now that we've got that, we will go like this, make you a space rocket plane again. Hopefully, why did you not? Oh, okay, because that's how this works. Okay, so we're going to stick one in there, as close to the center as we can. Stick one just there, as close to the center as we can, and hopefully be able to put on 2 SRBs. Move that down a touch. So we basically want the plane to sit on those. I think that's looking good just there. So we want 2 solid rocket boosters to fire, 2 of them to get jettisoned, jet engine to kick in, going to decouple, then fire the parachutes. I'm going to call this the almost proper plane number 1, and this time we are going to find someone who is even stupider than Jeb to fly it. So let's save this, let's launch. It's going to be daytime, which is awesome. Not feeling the world's most confident about this plane. Just getting that out there right now. Revert. Okay. Okay, this would be my problem. See those? Not lined up. I don't know how I managed to get those so off alignment. How's that looking? That's looking a bit better. This is going to be one last take because this is around about the half-hour mark again. And assuming things don't die. The initial up in the air bit went well, so I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode where I give this thing its maiden actual test flight. I'm not counting that as a test flight because I was just checking to see if it went in a straight line. Until next time, again, thanks very much for watching. Astocky out.